day everyone, mga future millionaires. Welcome to Short-Term Sources of Financing 101, where we all learn how to keep our finances fabulous. Are you all ready? Today, we're diving into the exciting world of short-term financing. Siyempre, kailangan nating magkaalaman na lahat tungkol sa pagkuha ng cash na kailangan for those everyday business expenses. Listen carefully, ha? Short-term funds can come from two main sources, unsecured credit and secured loans. Now, when we talk about unsecured credit, walang collateral. Involved meron lang dyan trust. Trust, mga best, ang kailangan talaga ang puhunan sa lender ng borrower. Meaning, may faith sila sa babayaran on time. On the other hand, we have secured loans. Ito naman ay may pledge ng specific assessing bilang collateral. Kaya if hindi mabayaran ng borrower ang loan, ay sorry ka na lang. Ang asset mo ay mapupunta sa lender bilang protection nila. So remember, unsecured is all about trust and secured is all about collateral.
Yo, what's up mga dude? I'm Loner Larry, and I know about secure credit. Walang collateral dito. Kasi trust lang ang puunan, okay? Unang-una, accruals, mga best, para utang yan, pero di mo agad babayaran. Like, kunwari, sweldo and taxes, di pa siya due. So technically, parang may loan ka from the company, libre walang interest. O ito naman, trade credit. Yung supplier mo, bibigyan ka ng goods, tapos may time ka pa magbayad. Kung masipag ka at magbayad agad, may discount ka pa. Pero kung pabebe ka, at hindi nagbayad on time, sayang ang discount eh. And syempre, ang pinakabongga, bank loan sa bangko. Papautang ka nila, pero may promissory note ka na kailangan mong pirmahan. Nandyan ang interest, repayment terms, basta walang collateral, basta tiwala lang.
Now, kung di ka naman sure kung kailan kailangan mo ng extra funds, alam mo na kung emergency lang. Pwede mag-arrange ng line of credit to the bank. May dalawang klase yan. Una, sa line of credit. Ito yung chill lang, informal arrangement where the bank goes. Sige, pwede kang utang up to this amount for this type of period. Pero teka, may catch. You only pay interest on the amount na talagang itutang mo. Sometimes, the bank might also charge a fee para dun sa parte ng credit line na hindi mo ginamit. Aba, sayang daw ang effort nila kung naka-standby lang. Basta revolving credit agreement. Ito naman, big time na. Formal line of credit ito. Si bank is legally committed. Meaning, sure na sure sila na tutulungan ka. Basta bayad ka din. Madalas ginagamit ito ng mga big companies kasi mahaba-habang panahon. Months or even years, ang term. May konting fee pa nga. Mga 1% sa unused balance para happy ang bank kahit hindi mo max out ang account. Pero syempre, interest will be charged as you withdraw funds at nakapagyan sa prime rate. Meaning, malamang depende din kung anong trip ng economy.
At ito na mga best, commercial paper para sa mga big time super credit worthy at kumpanya lang ito ha. Ang commercial paper ay isang unsecured short-term promissory note. Less than 6 months lang ang terms. Big companies sell this in the money market para makalikom ng pondo at mas mura pa. Siya kaysa sa trade credit, ang ibang companies naman binibili ang commercial paper bilang cash management strategy nila. Kaya kung malaki kang kumpanya na kailangan ng working capital fast, this is one for you.
Ang galing mo, Larry! Dami alam sa unsecured credit.
Secured credit. Parang secured lang kung may collateral. Without it, hindi ako magtitiwala. Secured loans lang ang totoo. Okay? Pledging accounts receivable. So like, paano nga ba ito? Simple lang. Under pledging arrangement, ang borrower ay kayo. Kunwari ay pledge or i-assign ng inyong mga accounts receivable bilang security for a loan. Parang sinasabi mo sa bangko o finance company. Basta tandaan nyo, it will let us to control over the validity contracts kapag ang bilang ng loan. Usually, around 75% or less. Pero kung mapili sila at mapili daw ang sure payers at customers mo, baka umabot pa ng 85% or 90%. Kaya best, make sure your accounts are prime or else mag-hit lang ang kuha mo. Factoring receivables. Or kung gusto mo ng kasyagan, pwede mo rin ibenta ang receivables mo sa finance company. Ang tawag dyan, factoring. Hindi na ikaw ang mamamolekta kundi sila na. Minsan pa, ang mga customer mo ay direct na magbabayad sa finance company mismo. At hindi lang yan, walang recourse ang finance company sa iyo as the seller. So, they take the risk sakaling di magbayad ng customers mo. Kailangan sigurado ang factoring firm na reliable ang mga customers mo. So, minsan, sila mismo ang mag-check ng credit quality nila. At ito pa, mga best, ang pinakamagandang part, once they accept your receivables, they'll give you cash agad. Kahit ang mas earlier than expected mo. Inventory financing. And for the last, inventory financing, kunwari meron kang mga stocks, yan ang gagamitin mo collateral. Pero dapat hindi perishable, mga best. Baka masira pa, tapos wala mo ng collateral. And ito pa, kung may stocks ka, pwede mong i-pledge ang inventory as collateral. Pero wag basta-basta ha. Raw materials like rings, oil, lumber, and chemicals make excellent collateral. Gamit inventory line. Okay, so ganito to. Parang sasabihin nila, sige, may claim ako sa lahat ng inventory mo ha. Pero sa totoo, wala siyang direct control dito. Si borrower ko rin ang bida. Pwede na ibenta. Ilagay sa Shopee or i-display. O kapit anong trip niya sa inventory. Ayun lang, medyo mahirap. Umasakit lang na client or yield. Kasi ang control malabo kasi sa ground. Trust recipients or chatterboard age agreement. Ito naman medyo may legal feels. Parang mag-promise si borrower kay lender ang inventory ay in trust para sa kanya. Bawat item dito ay may serial number na parang plate number ng jeep, kaya matitrace lahat. Pag may nabenta, yung receipts ay diretso kay lender. Then, cancelled na yung trust receipt. Ayos din to kasi mas matatag to legally compared sa blanket client. Madalas gamitin ito sa mga pangmalakasan na industries tulad ng auto, appliances, at kung saan-saan pa. Warehousing. Ito super secure. Alam mo naglagay ng inventory sa mall, si warehouse company ang makala. Identifiable, nakasegregate, at safe na nakastore lahat. Mag-i-issue ng warehouse receipt na parang dito lang pa. Kaya alam ng lahat kung sino may-ari ng goods. Pwede ito ang negotiable para mabenta rin sa iba. Or non-negotiable, meaning si lender lang talaga magagawa. Parang may sarili kang bodega, bodyguard dito. Ayan, ang mga options mo para magamit ng inventory mo. Pang-backup sa utang. Good luck sa utang mo.
Wow, napaka-gift! Sobrang secured mo talaga ha? Moving on, sino bang expert natin sa numbers and hidden costs?
Hello everyone! Today, I'm going to show you how to estimate the cost of short-term credit. So now, let's start by estimating the cost of credit. So, paano nga ba natin ma-estimate ang cost of trade credit? Let's start by its formula for nominal annual cost of trade credit.
So the formula given is ANC equals discount percent divided by 100 minus discount percent times 360 days divided by days credit minus discount period. So in the problem example of the terms 210 and 60, which means a 2% discount is available if payment is made within 10 days, while the full payment is due in 60 days if the discount is not taken.
After that, let's move forward to the step-by-step calculation. First, we're going to identify the values.
So the discount percent would be the 2%, while the days credit would be the 60 days, and the discount period would be the 10 days. And now, we're going to apply the formula. First, let's calculate the fraction for the discount. 2% divided by 100 minus 2% is equals to 2 divided by 98. And the answer for that is 0.0204. Next, we're going to calculate the fraction for days. So 360 divided by 60 minus 10 is equals to 360 divided by 50. And the answer is 7.2. After that, we're going to multiply these two results. So basically, A and C is equals to 0.0204 times 7.2, and the answer for that is 0.1469 or 14.69%. The nominal annual cost of not taking the 2% discount is 14.69%.
And now that we're done with the cost of trade credit, let's move on to the next cost of short-term credit, which is the cost of bank loans. The interest on bank loans are calculated in 5 ways. First, let's start with simple interest. In one simple interest loan, binibigay sa borrower ang amount ng loan, babayaran ito kasama ang interest sa dulo ng term or sa maturity date.
So the formula for effective annual rate or simple interest is effective annual rate simple equals interest divided by amount received. So, sa isang simple interest loan, binibigay sa borrower ang buong amount ng loan at babayaran ito kasama ang interest sa dulo ng terms or the maturity date. To know the effective annual rate, we're going to use the interest and the amount received. So, in the example problem, it says, compute the effective annual interest rate for a 1-year loan with 100,000 of 12% annual interest payable at maturity. So, now, let's move forward to the step-by-step solution. We're going to identify the values, which is the interest is 12% of 100,000 peso. Why? Because ito ang interest rate per year. While the amount received on the other hand is 100,000 peso, since ito yung buong halaga na nakuha sa simula ng loan. After that, we're going to calculate the interest amount. So the interest is 12% of 100,000 and equals to 12,000. So by applying the formula, effective annual rate simple is equals to 12,000 divided by 100,000, and the answer is 0.12 or 12%.
So the effective annual interest rate sa loan na ito ay 12%, which means in a year, 12% ng inutang ng 100,000 peso ang babayaran bilang interest. And that is how simple interest is calculated. Moving on, the second ways of calculating interest in bank loans would be discount interest. For the discount interest loan, binabawas ng bangko ang interest mula sa loan amount bago pa man matanggap ng borrower ang pera. So in simple words, hindi nakukuha ng borrower ang buong face value ng loan dahil may bawas na interest in advance.
So, the formula for the discount interest is effective annual rate discount equals interest divided by face value minus interest. So, sa isang discount interest loan, binabawas ng bangko ang interest mula sa loan amount bago pa man matanggap ng borrower ang pera. Sa madaling salita, hindi nakukuha ng borrower ang buong face value ng loan dahil may bawas na interest in advance. To get the effective annual rate, we're going to use the interest and the face value. So in the example problem, it says, compute the effective annual rate for a 1-year loan with 100,000 with a 12% nominal rate discount basis. So moving to the step-by-step solution, first, we're going to identify the values. So the face value would be 100,000 and the interest would be the 12% of 100,000 peso. Now, let's calculate the interest amount. Again, interest is equals to 12% of 100,000, and the answer thus is 12,000 peso. By applying the formula, effective annual rate discount is equals to 12,000 peso divided by 100,000 peso minus 12,000 peso. So, by solving this, let's first calculate the denominator. 100,000 peso minus 12,000 peso is equals to 88,000 peso. And now, we're going to divide the denominator to the numerator. So, it would be 12,000 peso divided by 88,000 peso. And the answer for that is 0.1364 or 13.64%.
So the effective annual rate in this loan is 13.64%. Kahit ang nominal rate ay 12%, mas mataas ang effective rate dahil nabawasan na agad ang loan amount sa simula. And that, student, is how we calculate the effective annual rate of discount interest. And now, let's move forward to add-on interest.
Add-on interest is calculated on the original loan amount and is added to the loan to determine the total amount or face amount to be repaid. This method is often used in installment loans, where the borrower makes regular monthly payments over the loan term. So the formula for approximate annual rate add-on interest is approximate annual rate add-on is equals to 2 multiplied by annual number of payments multiplied by interest divided by total number of payments plus 1 and multiplied by principal. In example problem, determine the effective interest rate on a 100,000 peso loan on an add-on basis at a nominal rate of 12% payable in 12 monthly installments. Let's plug these values into the formula step by step. First, let's identify the values. So the annual number of payments would be 12 and the total number of payments would be 12 again, while the interest is 12,000 peso and the principal is 100,000 peso. And by applying the formula, approximate annual rate add-on is equals to 2 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 12,000 divided by 12 plus 1 and multiplied by 100,000. To perform the calculation, let's calculate the numerator first. So, 2 times 12 times 12,000 is equals to 288,000. After that, let's calculate the denominator. So 12 plus 1 multiplied by 100,000 is equals to 13 times 100,000 and the answer is 1,300,000. And then, let's divide the numerator by the denominator. 288,000 divided by 1,300,000 and the answer for that is 0.2215 or 22.15%. In conclusion, the approximate annual interest rate for the loan when using the add-on interest method is 22.15%. So this higher rate happens because add-on interest is calculated on the entire original loan amount rather than on a reducing balance.
Now that we're done to add-on interest, let's keep on moving further to another calculation. Let me introduce you the simple interest with compensating balance concept and calculation. So what is the compensating balance? The compensating balance is the minimum balance that the borrower must maintain in a bank account as a condition for a loan. This reduces the actual amount the borrower can use, which effectively raises the interest rate because the borrower has less money available. There are two ways to calculate the effective annual rate when there's a compensating balance. First is by using the nominal rate, while the second is by using the interest amount.
Compensating balance is a minimum balance that the borrower must maintain in a bank account as a condition for a loan. This reduces the actual amount the borrower can use, which effectively raises the interest rate because the borrower has less money available. So now, the formula for effective annual rate with compensating balance are two ways. The first is using the nominal rate, which is effective annual rate simple slash compensating balance is equals to nominal rate divided by 1.0 minus compensating balance. While the second way is using the interest amount. So, the formula for that is effective annual rate simple slash compensating balance and equals to interest divided by face value minus compensating balance. the example problem says the bank lends 100,000 peso for a 1 year at a 12% simple interest rate, but requires a compensating balance equal to 10% of the loan amount. Calculate the effective annual rate. So, by proceeding to the step-by-step solution, let's identify the values. So the face value is 100,000 peso, which is the total loan amount. The interest rate is 12%, and the compensating balance is 10% of 100,000 peso, which is equal to 10,000 peso. After that, let's calculate the interest amount. Again, since it is a 12% simple interest loan, it would be interest equals to 12% times 100,000, and it equals to 12,000 peso. First, let's go with the first method, which is by using the nominal rate formula. We're going to substitute the values into the formula first. The effective annual rate simple / compensating balance is equals to 12% divided by 1.0 minus 0.10. By calculating the denominator, 1.0 minus 0.10 is equals to 0.90. And now, we're going to divide 12% divided by 0.90. And the answer for that is 13.33%. And now, let's proceed with the second method, using the interest amount formula. By substituting the values, it would be effective annual rate simple / compensating balance equals to 12,000 peso divided by 100,000 peso minus 10,000 peso. By calculating the denominator, 100,000 minus 10,000 is equals to 90,000. And by dividing 12,000 divided by 90,000 is equals to 0.1333 or 13.33%. Again, we find that the effective annual rate is 13.33%.
Because the compensating balance reduces the amount the borrower actually uses, it raises the effective interest rate above the nominal rate of 12%, making it 13.33%. In this case, this is a way for a bank to increase the effective cost of borrowing.
In a discount interest loan, the interest is deducted from the loan amount at the beginning, so the borrower receives less than the face value. A compensating balance is an additional amount that the borrower must keep in a bank account and cannot be withdrawn. This increases the effective interest rate as the borrower has even less money available. So the formula for the effective annual interest rate with discount interest and compensating balance are also used in two methods. First is by using the interest amount, which is effective annual rate discount / compensating balance equals to interest divided by face value minus interest minus compensating balance. And the second method is using the nominal rate. Effective annual rate discount / compensating balance is equals to nominal rate divided by 1.0 minus nominal rate minus compensating balance rate. So in the example problem, the bank offers 100,000 peso loan for 1 year at a 12% rate but requires a 10% compensating balance. Calculate the effective annual rate. So proceeding to the step-by-step solution, we're going to identify the values. First, the face value is 100,000 peso, while the discount interest rate is 12%. The compensating balance is equal to 10% of 100,000 peso, which means it would become 10,000 peso. After that, let's calculate the interest amount. With a 12 discount percent rate, interest is equal to 12% times 100,000, and the answer for that would become 12,000 peso. First, let's go with the first method by using the interest amount formula. As we substitute the values, effective annual rate discount / compensating balance is equals to 12,000 peso divided by 100,000 peso minus 12,000 peso minus 10,000 peso. Let's calculate the denominator first. 100,000 minus 12,000 minus 10,000 is equals to 78,000. And now, by dividing the numerator to the denominator, 12,000 peso is divided by 78,000 peso. The answer to that is 0.1538 or 15.38%. And now let's proceed to the second method by using the nominal rate formula. So by substituting the values, effective annual rate discount slash compensating balance is equals to 12% divided by 1.0 minus 0.12 minus 0.10. Again, we're going to calculate the denominator first. 1.0 minus 0.12 minus 0.10 is equals to 0.78. By dividing both, 12 divided by 0.78 is equals to 15.38%. Again, we find that the effective annual rate is 15.38%. In a discount loan with a compensating balance, the effective interest rate increases because the borrower has access to less money. In this example, the effective annual rate becomes 15.38% due to the 12% discount rate and the 10% compensating balance.
And that, everyone, is the following 5 ways of how to calculate the interest on bank loans. And now, let's move forward to the last cost of short-term credit, which is the commercial paper.
Let's break down the cost of commercial paper examples step by step. So what is a commercial paper? Commercial paper is a short-term debt instrument that companies issue to meet their short-term financial needs. When companies issue commercial paper, they are essentially borrowing money. The cost of this borrowing is what we want to calculate here. The formula for effective annual rate or the discount basis would be effective annual rate discount equals to interest plus issue cost divided by face value of the notes minus interest minus issue cost multiplied by days to maturity divided by 360. So in the example problem, the Bali company regularly used commercial paper to support its short-term financing needs. The company plans to sell 100 million peso in commercial paper with a maturity of 270 days. The paper is issued at a discounted interest rate of 12% per annum. Additionally, Bali incurs 100,000 peso in issuance costs, which is the dealer placement fees and other expenses. So what is the effective cost of credit to Bali for this commercial paper issuance? To calculate the effective annual cost, we use the formula for the effective annual rate on a discount basis. Proceeding to the step-by-step solution, first, we identify the value in the problem. So the face value of the notes would be 100 million peso, while the interest rate would be 12%. And days to maturity is 270 days, while issue cost is equals to 100,000 peso. First, we need to calculate the interest on the loan. Since the loan is for 270 days, we'll use the 12% annual rate but adjust it for the shorter period. So to calculate the interest is equals to face value times annual rate times days to maturity divided by 360. By substituting the values, interest is equals to 100 million times 0.12 times 270 divided by 360. 270 divided by 360 would be 0.75. And now computing the overall, 1 million times 0.12 times 0.75 is equals to 9 million. So the interest is 9 million peso. Now, we substitute into the effective rate formula. We plug all the values in the effective rate formula. So, effective annual rate discount is equals to 9 million plus 100,000 peso divided by 100 million minus 9 million minus 100,000 multiplied by 270 divided by 360. First, we're going to calculate the numerator. Interest plus issue cost is equals to 9 million plus 100,000 is equals to 9 million and 100,000. And now, we're going to calculate the denominator. Face value minus interest minus issue cost is equals to 100 million minus 9 million minus 100,000 is equals to 90 million and 100,000. Now, we're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. 9,100,000 divided by 90,900,000. The answer would be 0.10011. So, adjust for days to maturity, we're going to multiply by the fraction 270 divided by 360 to adjust for the fact that the loan term is less than a full year. So, 0.10011 times 360 divided by 270 is equals to 0.1335 or 13.35%. So the final answer is 13.35%. This rate is higher than the nominal rate because it includes both the interest and the issuance cost, and it's calculated based on the actual cash received.
So that, fellow students, are the ways how to estimate the following cost of short-term credit.
Thank you, class. Remember, ang secret to success is knowing your options and counting every cost. Halagaan nyo ang budget nyo, ha? Sige, dismiss na kayo mga future finance experts.